Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
And it is time for us to begin our Cop Chat session for today. All right, Cop Chat is an interactive session that we bring to you every Thursday at 8:05, or roughly around 8:05 until about 9. All right. So today we already have in studio with us two members of the Royalton Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. They are Mr. Elias Stapleton, Corporal Elias Stapleton of the RSVG IT Department, and Constable Onika Lewis of the CID. All right. And we are going to be speaking on the topic of virtual vigilance, raising awareness on cyber crimes. All right. So good morning to you, Corporal Stapleton and Constable Lewis. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to be back with you this morning. And a pleasant good morning to all of your listeners.
Good morning. I am Constable 871 Lewis. I am currently attached to the Criminal Investigation Department.
Okay. All right. So we're here to talk about virtual vigilance, raising awareness on cybercrime. So first thing, what's a cybercrime?
So a cybercrime relates to any crime that is done on cyberspace using intelligible devices. For example, laptop peripherals, computer peripherals, a flash drive, and other stuff.
Listen. Break that down for me. What is peripherals, right? You're talking to those who know and those who don't know.
We're talking about offenses that have been used, that commit online, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, use a computer to commit these offenses. We classify them as cybercrime. Okay, it could be as simple as using a flash drive, a thumb drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything that involves the commission of an offense using a computer or those devices, those small devices. Yes.
Okay. All right. So what are some of these offenses?
So before we go, right,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to stress that the issue of cybercrime has always been a problem in St. Vincent and the Grenadines
Mm-hmm.
since before, the enactment of the Cybercrime Act in 2016. It has been a problem, a severe problem that warrants the government to go in and enact a piece of legislation to police this space. Okay. The crimes that we are seeing online is not something that we just learn from outside. It's things that we normally do in society. You slander somebody's name, you do certain things. You understand? And from this act, we have seen we see the act covers specific crimes from libel, which is slander, down to child pornography. You understand? The illegal entry into a device, taking certain information from a device that you're not in other means, not allowed to take. So it covers a wide array of offenses. Okay. Over the years, right now in 2024, we have seen a huge increase in cyber offenses. You understand? And around the area of cyberbullying, libel by electronic communication, which I just spoke about, violation of privacy, and sexual harassment by electronic communication, which speaks to the illicit photos, the explicit photos that you see circulating, and
videos.
Right. And right now, that is a major issue of child pornography. You understand? And that goes through and through. And that has been the most burning issue. I know, I don't know if PC Lewis could stress being at CID, the most prevalent offenses in relation to cybercrime that you're seeing coming forward.
Okay, so far since I've been at CID, some of these offenses that we are seeing are illegal access to computer system. These are where a person a boyfriend might have his phone and a girlfriend might think, oh, my boyfriend is cheating on me. So she might, when he's sleeping, she might go inside of his phone, see videos or pictures, and send these pictures and videos to her phone. Because he did not give her permission to go inside of his phone, this is where the illegal access come in. And this is under Section 3 of the Cybercrime Act 2016. Some of the fine under this offense, you can be charged up to $100,000. You can also be in prison for 2 years or both. You can be charged the 100,000 plus you can be in prison for the 2 years.
So one of the significance of this charge, right? A lot of persons do understand that even though we are dating, and normally you have access to my phone, if you do so with the intentions of doing something, I don't give you permission to enter my device. That is literally an offense. Most of us strive to be law-abiding citizens, but the offenses that are covered by the Cybercrime Act, anybody at any point in time can get themselves caught up. You understand?
Okay. Okay, so question, you're speaking about the transmission of information, right? The passing on of information. What about the storage? Because I'm thinking of a situation where, let's say you're intimate with your partner and they're recording you and they have it stored on their device. Can they actually be charged with anything?
Well,
in that regard,
if this recording was
non-consensual.
Well, if it's non-consensual, yes, they could be charged for that, for recording that video. But in most cases, persons give consent to it. You understand? Once they're of age, and I'll get to the specifications here when we deal with the child pornography part of it, because the law here, the Cybercrime Act, defines a child to be anybody under the age of 18 years old. And in St. Vincent and Grenadines, the age of consent is 15. You understand? So if a person above the age of 18 and above gives a boyfriend or he gives a girlfriend permission to record, you understand? And that becomes his property. There's a property there on the device. You understand? But knowing in certain relationship break up, and your boyfriend has these videos or photos on his phone, you understand? And you don't want to leave knowing that he has these and you want to go in and delete them. It's basically illegal if you do so.
So it's illegal for me to go in and delete them off of his phone?
Yes. You understand? So that's some charges right there.
But suppose I just want to make sure that they're deleted because he could say he delete them. Just saying, just saying. All right,
You're right. So with the child pornography part of it, then, even though a girl age 15 and above can give consent for sex, right? You cannot record them. You understand? You cannot record them. And I just want to go through certain things for you, please. I just want to go through what constitutes child pornography by just reading from the act. It says here, child pornography means materials that depicts or presents a child engaged in sexual activity or conduct. It depicts or presents a child in a sexually explicit pose. So you don't have to be naked in any form. Just being in a sexually explicit pose, posting that image, you could be implicated. It depicts or presents for sexual purposes parts of a child's body based on a visual representation of or parts of an adult. You take a child's head, post it on a naked for adult's body, that can be considered child pornography. It depicts or presents for sexual purposes parts of a child's body that have been rendered complete by computer-generated images. So even if you use a part of a child's body, a part of head, and then you use a computer to generate the other parts of the body, and it's sexually explicit, it could be considered child pornography. It depicts or presents a person appearing to be a child engaged in sexual activity. So you could say you have two adults having sex, consensual sex, and the lady, the female or the male, is presenting themselves to be a child. The lines in the Cybercrime Act is saying, all right, then this constitutes child pornography, and it also depicts it realistically represents a person appearing to be a child. So it covers that. So you don't have to look like a child in the video for it to be child pornography. You could just say that I'm a child, you're parading to be that, or you could just look as you dress up as a child, a school girl or a school boy doing that, underage child. It could constitute that. But what is also important here to note, child pornography can include any visual materials, including images, animations, videos, audio, text messages, right? So this popular radio station in St. Vincent and the Grenadines normally receives I
figured, yes.
Normally receive some how to put it. Some persons going to certain things and they receive certain voice notes and asking the general population of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to comment or give their 2 cents on it for advice. We have to be very careful in these things. So a teenager who's in college, 17 years old, saying or detailing her sexual exploits and asking for input, that, according to that audio message, can be considered child pornography in a sense. Okay. So we have to be very careful how we tread that line, and not to toe that line.
Okay, so I know internationally, it is a very thin line in terms of how you describe what is child pornography, right? For us down here in the Caribbean, we would take pictures or videos of our child running around the house bare bottom, right? And we would probably send these to family members, friends, persons who we are close with. Can that be constituted as child pornography?
Well, it's under in what context it is being posted on and stuff. It all depends on the DPP authorities. But then, yes, it could be.
Because I suppose if it starts circulating.
Yes.
Right.
So we are asking persons, and I know it's a part, and what I started earlier by saying, the act covers a wide array of things. And certain things that we just didn't go online and learn. It's things that we normally do. You understand? You send your child, you're accustomed to send your child be bottom. If it's a girl child, you send a be bottom on the road going up. You understand? And we take a picture that we deem to be innocent and post it on the platform. You understand? And this is what the regulation actually, regulates that and what we post of our kids. Because you don't know who's out there.
Right.
The law, the Cybercrime Act of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, only police St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we are trusting people outside. The internet is being shared by the whole world. You understand? You don't know who you meet online. You can't trust anybody. You understand? And as we go along, you will learn about scenarios that actually happen in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and persons find themselves in very precarious situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under the Cybercrime Act, the child pornography, they carry the most stiffest penalties of all. You can be charged up to $300,000. You can be sent to prison for 7 years or both. And if this offense is child indictably, you can be charged $750,000. You can spend 20 years in prison or both.
So you see,
has anybody actually been convicted for child pornography?
Yes,
here?
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
I don't think I've ever heard of any coming to the media. Well, maybe I don't know if I probably just didn't.
Yeah, there were a couple cases that actually was making the wrongs on the internet itself. You understand? So there recently we have situations where online there was always a concern of persons communicating, men and women, and certain persons 10 to 1 to send unwanted items to you without you even, say before you even said hi, something pop up on your screen. You understand? It is regulated here as well. You understand? And we have seen that being borne out earlier. You go down the road and we are people. Sometimes some people are contentious and they normally tell you certain things. They say something that is slanderous to you, and you go to the police station, the police might tell you, all right, then this is in a civil realm. You go to the magistrate court, you put in a suit against the person, you sue the person. But then that same words that been uttered to you personally, if it's been done online, it carries a stiffer penalty. You understand? I think Ms. Lewis could shed light on libel by electronic communication as to the penalty.
All right, before we move off of it, is it that child pornography cases are mostly tried in what, family courts? No, it's okay.
No,
okay.
It depends, yes.
Okay.
It depends.
All right.
It depends.
Okay, so under the libel by electronic communication, this is Section 19 of the Cybercrime Act of 2016. You can be charged $50,000. You can spend 2 years imprisonment or both.
Just by saying something, just by calling somebody something, just by saying something that is untrue.
But what about if you said something that is true, right?
Yeah,
so we see sometimes on cases, right? People put people on blast on social media.
Yeah.
Who owe in your money, who may have done this or done that, right? It may be factual, but is it a case where if you put it on social media and everybody comments about the person or the situation, can that fall under cyberbullying? What happens in those cases?
Yes, it can be. Even
if they actually owe you money?
Even if it's true, sometimes you might be on the right. Sometimes you might be on the right and find yourself on the wrong end of the thing. Is it being done? Is it being done to harass, to embarrass the person? You understand? It depends on.
Okay, so don't put people on blast on social media.
Well, you have to use this platform and this fund. You understand? Okay. We've seen a lot of persons been finding themselves in situations that they never thought, and you can't come and say, all right, then we didn't know that this exists. Every opportunity that we get to educate the public on the Cybercrime Act, we're ravaging it. We're taking the opportunity to do so. We're asking the general public to go and get educated on the act because it's very easy. And I always stress that the age of criminal responsibility is 8 years old. You understand?
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah. So you could tell your child is not immune from this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what protections are generally there for persons who find themselves in these situations? What can they do? What should they do?
Well, we are asking persons to always come in to the Royal St. Vincent to come in to meet the report. So how a report is done, I know everybody convenes in town. Something happens in the area and you come to town. You find the police station closest to you and you make this report. And then the officers there would actually communicate with the IT department and we do what we have to do in that cases. But we're asking persons to be vigilant. Have vigilance and be responsible using these platforms. Just don't go online and trust anybody. Send things that people could use to extort different things from you.
For us to speak a bit on blackmail.
Right. So you actually find cases where people go online and they turn to the most trusting people. Somebody appears to be somebody to you, and you just trust that this person is actually so. Turn out that person tends to be somebody else who's extorting a lot from you, whether it be money or other photos with threats. You understand? We have incidents that we're investigating right now and have investigated that resulting in this, and persons not wanting to come forward because of the stigma associated to it. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's actually here saying a former police officer, the age of criminal responsibility was revised to 12 years.
I know that it was being thing about. I'm not sure that it is actually written in laws yet.
Okay, well, 8, 12, just talk to your child, right? Talk to your children. All right. Constable Lewis?
Yes, under where the blackmail is concerned, for example, you might meet somebody online, a girl or a boy, and you might say, oh, I think I start falling for this person, and you start trusting this person, and you might, start sending these person videos or pictures because you feel comfortable with this person, you trust this person, and then the person might end up and blackmail you. They might want money, or you have to send me X amount of money, or I will share these pictures. Sometimes some of these persons are married and their partner don't know what they are doing. And because they don't want their partners to know about their situation, what they do, they send these person the money. You understand? So we are advising persons, when you meet people online, please avoid sending your pictures and stuff like that, because we have instances where people in the prison, they are pretending to be females talking to you. You send them your pictures, and
they
then
extort money from you.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the chocolate. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's true, and some of the cases is really funny to understand that what we are doing. You understand, and you're having persons that are not. The last time I've been here, I spoke about persons clicking, and they keep clicking on links that persons have been sending things, and this is how people have been. So you have to follow a set of rules that you have to set for yourself. I'm going to go online. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this thing responsibly, yes, but I'm also going to look out for myself. I don't want myself to be caught up in anything. You understand?
All right. So I suppose as well as practical tips, right? In terms of this, so you've met somebody and they're saying this is who they are. Something as simple as saying, well, don't not say send me a picture. Let's do a video call, right? So that way you would actually see if the person who they say that they are is actually who they really are. And I'm looking more in cases of pretending to be a different gender, right?
Yeah.
So you can use different things to try to verify. Also like with scam situations where somebody might claim to be a relative, right? You can ask them questions that they're supposed to be able to answer, right? So can we get some practical tips in terms of scam situations where through WhatsApp scams, email scams, people pretending to be people who persons may know?
Right. So in relation to those things, the persons you may know, is so, a brother of yours, you might have certain information about your brother that you and your brother might be able to know, or certain questions your brother might be able to answer. As you said, that is a good way of trying to authenticate the person itself. Initiate a video call, verifying a bank account information or whatever information it is. Knowing that your brother, having the ability to say, all right, and this is not how my brother texts. This is not how my son texts me. This is not the way he speaks. You understand? So these are things that you should be able to pick up and just to trigger something in your mind that this may or may not be that person itself. But when it comes to speaking to somebody that you're not really familiar with, I'll always take the rule, don't trust anybody. Because even though a girl, when you video call somebody and somebody pops up on the screen, you don't know if he or she is in cahoots with somebody else. You understand? And that normally it be like a groups of them that normally does these things. You understand?
Okay. So if I come to make a report, right, I'm being blackmailed. I send photos and I am being blackmailed, right? Take me through that whole process of coming to make that report to make me feel reassured that I shouldn't be embarrassed about what's happening or what has happened.
Okay, the first step is when you come to the station and you make a report, well, we'll listen to you. We'll entertain that report. Then we'll take a statement from you, a written statement. Then after, we will take you to the IT department if phone is involved or any technology is involved. And then we'll continue our investigation from there. But what we see most times are, like, for instance, blackmail, where the person you might send the person monies. Like when the police recover these monies, the person might say, oh, I don't want to continue this because I already retrieved my monies.
Okay.
These are because sometimes they don't want their partners to know what have happened in the past.
And what about the confidentiality aspect, I suppose? Because again, it is something embarrassing to have to come to the police to talk about, right? Because you're already probably feeling foolish that you found yourself in this situation.
Right.
So
we're asking persons for in matters of blackmail in terms of where the explicit images are concerned, or you might be you find yourself in a current situation that, you're embarrassed. You don't transfer those materials or the evidence itself, the digital evidence. You don't give it to the person, basically, you're making a report to. So that officer deals with the written statement. You don't hand over the photo to that officer. The IT department has a policy inside it. It's a confidential office. We don't take your images and we don't go and show the investigator and say, all right, this is it. You have to take our word for it, really. And we don't really go into court and show those information in court, saying whatever it is. There are policies on that. We try not to further cause harm to the victim itself. And we're seeing this right now, and I'm hoping that persons are listening here. There was a matter that was just reported, where the young lady, something happened to the young lady, and they made a report on it, and she was basically vilified on the radio station. Persons calling and saying different things, and when people hear these things, you understand, they are reluctant to come forward. But as it goes to making a report, these are very confidential matters. You understand? Your images or whatnot, whatever we retrieve, don't be shared to anybody. It's not out there. Okay? So this is a very confidential process. Understand? If your stuff are already out there, persons are more or less reluctant to do so. I understand that the damage to extent has already been done. You understand? But as we'll do our best, we're doing our best to not cause any further harm to you in any way. If you're in a blackmail situation where somebody's trying to extort more from you, it is in the best interest to not send anything. You understand? Even if he or she is promising that they will post whatever they have to post, do not further dig the hole further and keep yourself deeper down.
You mean as in sending money?
Sending money, what it
right.
is, sending money or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
you understand?
What you might send the money and the person still
It's like, when would it end actually?
Exactly.
Because they always have something hanging over you.
Exactly. Always have something hanging over you.
Right.
So the best bit is always to come to the police and make a report. You don't suffer on yourself. Suffer alone and all that stuff. You might be thinking that, okay, I find myself in the situation, I don't want to go to the police station or escalate this thing. It may get worse if you don't do it. It may get worse. And the sooner you get it, you try to get it dealt with, is better for you.
All right. And okay, so we need to take a break shortly. But before we do, okay, so somebody sent an image to me or video to me. Persons who I have passed it on to other persons and other persons start sharing. What happens in cases like that? Where you were not the person who took the image, you did not take the video, but you are a sharer or a poster.
Right. This goes to this goes for child pornography, violation of privacy, sexual offense, sexual harassment by electronic communication. Even though you're not the author of the video, you have not created the video has been sent to you. Passing it on implicates you. You're not supposed to share this video. You understand? By sharing it, you're party to the activity. You understand? And you could be charged, whether for sexual harassment by electronic communication or violation of privacy. And to the extent of what you've been doing, even cyberbullying. For a child, where child pornography is concerned, just by keeping the video on your phone itself, you didn't share it, you saw the video and you store it in your phone. Having the video in your phone implicates you.
To add to that, if you send the video to 5 different persons, that can be 5 different charges
as well.
I was just going to get to that. So we saw recently in the media reports of a situation where girlfriend went into the boyfriend's phone, she passed the information, she shared the information with somebody else, and he put it on his status, and some persons asked for the video and he sent it.
Yes.
Have we seen instances of persons who received the sharers or the receivers? Have we seen instances where they have been charged?
Yes. Numerous situations like that.
Okay.
So you might be saying, all right, then I share this video to Suzanne. You go to Suzanne and you notice that Suzanne shared this video with many different persons too, as well. You understand? You can be charged. As too long, sometimes what happens, because of the lot of persons that are involved, at some point in time they'll say cut off. as a cutoff point.
Oh, serious? So you just happen to hope that you pass the cutoff
You might
point.
lock up the whole of it if you
But
continue. You understand?
send a message.
But you see, the thing is, as I said before, that the laws that we enacted in St. Vincent and Grenadines cover St. Vincent and Grenadines, and in numerous cases, it goes beyond the boundaries of St. Vincent and Grenadines. And the problem with that is, if this person, the assailant, is from a country that doesn't have laws in place to police cyberspace the way that we do, we have a major problem. So we are calling on persons to be cognizant of this. You understand? You have to protect yourself. And not only that, because we are seeing it right now, this rampant development in schools, even to include primary schools.
Rampant what? Explain exactly what you're
when
saying.
we say child pornography, and we see these exploits being done to children itself. We have cases where persons have been extorting monies from kids at school, online. We have cases where they cause children to be doing explicit videos or images and being blackmailing them. We have situations where kids are embarrassed by what they've done. They do not report it to anybody else and find themselves in even deeper situations. And in some cases, we are able to fix some to address, but some cases where the persons are beyond our reach in itself. You understand? In countries that doesn't really have cybercrime laws enacted and all that stuff there. Yes. So we are asking persons to be cognizant of that, especially parents. You understand?
All right. So let's take a break at this time and we will return with more Cop Chat in a few minutes.
Do you want to feel clean or refreshed after using the bathroom, whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seats. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
Yes, sir.
Our industry relies on all of us to play our part. We take pride in showcasing our beautiful island, our craft, our cuisine, and our warm Vincentian hospitality.
Each of us play a crucial role in showcasing our vibrant tourism industry.
We can create spaces where visitors can unwind, connect with nature, and embrace tranquility of our beautiful surroundings.
We need everyone on board to help us create an exceptional experience for our guests.
Join us at our National Tourism Community Consultations as we shape the future of tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It's everyone's business, yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
The OECS-led Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean, or UBEC project, has launched its call for proposals for the Regional MSME Matching Grants Program. If you're an established business owner with a micro to medium-sized enterprise in the fisheries, tourism, or waste management sector in St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or Grenada, you could receive a grant ranging from $5,000 to $25,000 by applying via the OECS website. The deadline for applications is November 29th, 2024. Don't miss your chance to improve your business with the Regional MSME Matching Grants Program. For more information on the Regional MSME Matching Grants Program, check out the OECS website, www.oecs.int, or our social media pages, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook.
At Paramedics, we sell the widest range of medical supplies. For all your family needs, we sell hospital beds, commodes, wheelchairs, walkers, raised toilet seats, quad canes, adult pampers from 3XL, 2XL, 1XL large, medium and small sizes, sterile and non-sterile gloves, diabetic machines and strips, urine strips, cotton, gauze and so much more. The management and staff wish all a Merry Christmas, thanking you all for your support in 2024 and wishing you a blessed and prosperous 2025. Call us at 451-2763 or WhatsApp us at 531-9119.
Every Kendra's yard sale does feel like a Black Friday sale. And this November, the stars have aligned. So yeah, we're doing it. 2 days of yard sale, Black Friday style. Friday, November 29th, Saturday, November 30th, 8 o'clock at our factory compound, Camden Park. You get the absolute lowest prices on aluminum windows, metal doors, and wooden doors, P-trap and S-trap toilets, space basins with pedestal and cabinet, bathtubs, kitchen sinks, NutriBullet blenders, automatic sliding and swing gate opener, kitchen appliances from Jake's Kitchen, and yeah, plenty more. It's 2 days of yard sale, Black Friday style at Kendra's Aluminum Factory Compound, Camden Park. Friday and Saturday, November 29th and 30th. Sale starts at 8 a.m. Nobody comes close to Kendra's. Kendra's Aluminum Products, a tradition of excellence.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
Something is wrong with the human race. Fishermen say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
All right, so we are back with you for our continuation of our Cop Chat session for today. In studio, we have Corporal Aaliyah Stapleton of the RSVGPF IT Department and Constable Onika Lewis of the CID. And we are speaking on the topic, virtual vigilance, raising awareness on cyber crimes. All right, so we've been having a very interesting discussion. And I forgot to mention earlier that it is an interactive program. And you can choose to call us at 457-9997 if you have any questions that you wish to pose to the officers. All right, you can also send your questions via WhatsApp. Okay, so you can call at this time if you have any questions. And let's continue with the conversation. So we know that it's now busy season, right? Yeah. We have first, it's going to be Black Friday, then Cyber Monday, and it's generally Christmas season, right? And we tend to note that there's a lot more of online activity that takes place. What can you say with regards to that in terms of persons being a bit more vigilant with regards to their personal information, etc.?
Well, we are asking persons here, right, especially right now, because we have seen heightened reports of offenses, reports of persons going to platforms that they're not familiar with and spending their monies. I know of in the past couple of weeks, we have approximately 5 reports that I can account for of persons attempting to purchase vehicles online and have sent their monies to persons that, that doesn't really, to businesses that doesn't really exist. So we're asking persons to be vigilant of these things, to protect your information. If you're unsure about something, it's better you pay one of these businesses out there that does these provide these services instead of doing it yourself. If you're not comfortable doing these things, protect your online your banking information as much as possible. I know these we have Google Pay and all these things, and they have the 2-factor authentications and all them stuff there. Make sure that you're protected online. If you're unsure as how to do that, ask somebody that may be knowledgeable and in this regard. Yeah. Black Friday is coming up, and you have to be understand that if you have never heard of this site before, you just don't go and say, let me purchase this thing because I'm not going to get a better price from anybody else. Ask questions.
Or I suppose even Google the company to see if it's actually a legitimate company. Although with that too, I mean, they could put up fake websites, but look for things like reviews as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. You raised the point of, all right, so somebody's asking a question. Can radio stations be held liable for entertaining slander?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
They can.
All right. We have a call here. Let's see. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you were just talking about protecting your ID, and I told you I got scammed 3 times in 1 year. Well, I got 4 times now scammed in 1 year.
Wow.
Somebody.
Queens, how you make this happen?
I know somebody put a $1,500 computer purchase on my credit card, but we were able to cut it very quickly. We were able to erase it. They get to erase it even before I get to acknowledge it. Before I got to see it.
Okay.
So we were able to do it quick. But I would check every day. I check all my credit card and account. Keep checking them more often than before.
Okay.
Because of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And that's a good point as well too. Check your financial balances.
Yeah.
Because you can get it on your phone. Online banking is there, so you'll be able to see whether deductions are happening with your account, etc.
Yeah,
so,
Bankers Vigil has this protocol in place. If something is being done to your account, they send a notification to you. You understand? So, but you have to be able to put these things in place. Go and sign up for online banking. Go and do these things. If you don't, I mean, wow, you'll be like this caller. Yeah.
All right. You touched on the topic of the prevalence of child pornography situations within the schools. Is there any sort of campaign being launched or being considered to go directly to the schools to speak about these? Because remember, some children's parents may not know in terms of what to tell them, right? And some of them might be embarrassed to tell their parents what it is that they're having because one of it goes back to monitoring what your child is doing on their tablets and the devices. That's their number one, right? But in terms of having that outreach program within the schools in particular, that one-on-one with them, is that being considered?
Yes, this is actually being done right now.
Okay.
You understand? We go to many schools. The last school that we've gone to Convent Mesopotamia. The principal invited us to speak on this issue. They had an issue there that they wanted to address. It has the North Union Secondary School, Georgetown Secondary School. These are schools that will invite the police to come and speak. But we have a mandate to fill out also. And we have to sensitize the public on the Cybercrime Act and the prevalence of these offenses. It's one of the easiest charges to catch as a citizen. You might be thinking that you're law-abiding. I have seen one situation where a lady just woke up off her bed and took a photo of her neighbor and slandered that neighbor. The first thing that she did for the morning. You understand? So knowing what the law is helps you to stay, on the right side. And you have to know you have to familiarize yourself with the Cybercrime Act. You just can't say, I don't know. Go online and type it in. you'll be able to find it there. Read through it. You understand? And for schools, for any school administrators that are hearing our voice, you can invite us. Sometimes we want to go to a school and they might be having an event that doesn't match with our schedule, and things. So, but once we have our mandate, we have a mandate to sensitize the public about it. And I know in the next this week, going into next week, we have the crime prevention, and we're trying to shred these pertinent issues there too as well.
Okay. And we were talking earlier a little bit about the stigma attached to it. You want to expand us a bit on that?
Yes. We have to be a society that embraces good values. Okay. And we have to stop vilifying persons that come forward with these offenses. It takes a lot of out of a person to come forward and say, this happened to me. This is an embarrassing thing. This happened to me. And when you hear about these things, the first thing you could do is to vilify the person, the victim, not the defendant, the victim. And I rose this point earlier where the young lady came forward and said that this thing happened to me. The court heard the evidence and found him guilty. Yet when it was discussed on the radio station, we hear people calling, yeah, man, she lied, she wanted it. You understand? It's discouraging to other persons hearing that. Maybe if I come forward with this thing, I'm going through this. Maybe if I come forward with this thing, people are going to vilify me. They know my name because I'm over 18. They know possibly if the evidence comes out that may state your place of work or whatever it is, they know where I am. And persons are actually scared of these things. And that is one of the reasons why persons, I know a lot of that has been happening that has not been reported. And this is maybe one of the reasons why persons are not coming forward. So we are asking persons to be more responsible, you understand, more caring to these things.
I suppose as well too, it's us recognizing as well that at some point, all of us do stupid things, right? Yes. And it's not a case where we're trying to excuse persons, because really and truly, try do better, right?
Yeah.
Don't set yourself up for a situation where whatever it is that you send that can be used against you later on, right? Yes. But just to acknowledge the point that all of us were young and dumb at some point. Some of us are still old and dumb. Things happen, right? Yeah. And it's not for us as a society to be making a mockery of what it is somebody is going through, right? Yeah. Yes, there are instances where, and this is why I asked about if a video is taken without your consent, or even if it was taken with your consent, and let's say the relationship has ended, you are going to, as a woman, or maybe as a man, right? You're going to make that assumption that the person deleted the information. You're not expecting that the person is going to retain because your relationship has ended, right? So in cases where, let's say, things go viral, I think it's for us as a society to be a little bit more forgiving, I suppose.
Yeah, you have
right?
And what I see is sometimes these videos are videos that happened years ago. But sometimes,
and why are you holding on to them?
And then the boyfriend might think, oh, this recently happened, and because they are ashamed of what the public might think, they chastise their girlfriend about these situations. So what am I advising is like, when sometimes you might be at home, you don't ask for these videos. But you get a message on WhatsApp, you see these videos. Please, before you press send, think, what if this was my mother or my sister or even worse, my child?
Very good point.
You understand? So you have to be very careful, or you never know. The next time it could be you. So please think before you even think about sending these videos. Think about the effect this have on person's life. Can cause damage to relationship. Some persons, they feel suicidal because it's not easy walking the street and somebody coming up to you say, oh, I want you like with a man they get in the video. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. So please think about what you're doing.
Yeah, and I suppose one of the other things too is that, okay, so even if you have seen the video of the particular person, don't let that be the first thing that you say to them, the first conversation, or the only thing that you're going to remember about them, because there's more to them as a human being than just this one situation that has occurred within their lives, So, yeah.
And knowing that it is, as I reiterate this point, it is very easy to get caught up in something that is illegal. You know, the first thing that we do when we receive something like that is to post it to other people. We don't even go and admonish the person.
But you know,
Don't
it depends
send
on
it.
your mindset as well, too,
Yeah.
because
And I know persons act out of emotions, and I've seen that already. You understand? You wonder why your boyfriend keep an archive of all his past girlfriends, and you act on emotions and you send them out. You understand? As a kid, you can't go and say, all right, then I didn't know I couldn't do this. And that has been the response of almost all of the persons that has been charged for this. I didn't know that I couldn't do that. I didn't know that I couldn't do that.
All right. So before we move off of this, right, and not to just hammer home on the point of sending pictures and videos, but what words of advice would you give to persons in the first instance if they choose to do such, right? Not passing on, not passing, but you taking, let's say, to spice up your relationship, right? You're taking pictures, you're taking videos, and you're sending to your partners. Before even considering doing that, any sort of advice that you would give to persons?
Before sending a video or a picture to somebody or anything that might paint you in a bad light, think of the repercussions of it. Think about what might happen before you do it. You understand? You have to have some limitations on what you do. Know that a video or picture that you may send to somebody that you like, tomorrow they might not like you. You might not have the same feeling, and they might be acting out of anger. Think about before you act. And that's sometimes if we have those those things for ourselves, those rules set for ourselves, we prevent ourselves from falling into the certain things. You understand? Knowing that the friends that you have now may not be the friends tomorrow, and they might take certain things and post them. So, you know, I'm encouraging persons to be cognizant of all of these things.
And to add to that, you might before you send them these videos, the person might not share them today or tomorrow. They might share them 10 years back. What about your child? How are they going to feel when they see mommy in these kind of videos?
Yeah,
you understand?
very much so.
You have to think about ahead when you're doing these things.
Yeah, and we're asking persons out there in society that may know of somebody that's going through certain things. If you could, you know, and they might be in a situation where there might be a child, and you know that certain things are going wrong, and you know that their parents or whatever it has been done, sound off. You understand? Look out for one another. Don't go online and join in. You understand? More than likely, you join in and you add to this, you'll be charged. You
And
understand?
Not even that. Sometimes you see a child on the street. Oh, look, the girl go there pointing fingers.
Yeah, man.
We need to stop
These are
that.
things that we need to cut out.
Okay.
You understand? We need to be more supportive of each other, and we need to be, especially on these platforms, we need to be more vigilant. You understand? So we're asking also for those media houses, for persons that with a platform, to be more responsible. Because I know they go on Facebook, they have a video, they have something on Facebook, and they even cause more embarrassment to the person, even if they're not showing the video.
Okay.
You understand? And if you know the policies of these platforms right now, you can't post anything explicit. For example, Facebook. You can't really post an explicit thing of a sexual act. They will take it down before you even post it. You understand? There are certain policies that are there. So, you know what? We have to be cognizant of these things.
Okay. All right, good folks. It's about that time when we have to wrap up our session for today, but I would allow you the opportunity to leave your final thoughts with us.
Yeah. So we are encouraging persons to make reports. Report these things before they get worse. And from my experience, they normally do get worse. Take heed of what is going on around you. You understand? And not because it's not affecting you directly and it's going on to somebody doesn't mean that it can't get to you. Parents, be more vigilant. Just don't put a phone in your child's hand and expect them to be good digital citizens. They're going to go out there, they're going to meet just kind people. They're going to be people that not going to try to extort them. Be more vigilant. Check if your kids. For persons out there in the society that has that may be seeing children that doesn't have that parental support, also lend a hand. You understand? You have to look out for those persons as well. And my warning again for media houses, pirating these these rhetorics, these things.
Mhm.
You know, you try to limit yourself. Try not to have, try not to vilify.
And don't get caught up in the hype
Don't
of
get
it
caught
for
up in it.
sensationalism.
Yeah, don't try to sensationalize these things. You understand? You do more harm than good. Persons are reluctant to come forward because of the backlash that they're intending to get, that they're expecting to get. You understand? And how they look in the long run. Yeah, and I'll leave it at that.
If another thing to add, if you come forward and the person is taken to court, it might stop somebody else's video from getting leaked because the person might think, oh, that person got charged before, so I don't want to do that. So come forward if something like this happened to you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, both of you, Constable Lewis and Corporal Jackson, for being here with us this morning. And this
Change my name now, man. Wow.
Corporal Stapleton, where I get Jackson from?
Wow.
All right.
Thank you for having
No
us.
idea where I got Jackson from. I apologize. All right. Today we spoke on the topic of virtual vigilance, raising awareness on cyber crimes. All right. And I trust that it was food for thought for all of us out there. Okay. At this time, we are going to take a break and head into our ECCB currency exchange rates.